joining with computer audio. Let's go ahead and just start moving our bodies around here a little bit. Rubbing hands together. Ah, the joys of modern technology. It's great when it works. All right, and shake your hands down a little bit here. The theme of this month, the little accent of this month, and then bring your hands up here like so. The accent of this month, the highlight, is flow. So we had a little resistance we had to work through in starting the program today. Zoom kept telling me I had two programs going, which I still haven't figured out. I must have a doppelganger or something. Anyway, so flow and resistance, throw that away. They go hand in hand. Practicing Qigong is all about practicing through the resistance. And you gotta laugh because that's life. And throw the water. Throw the water. Throw the water. And come up. There's an old saying, some of you may have heard this one before. That which you resist persists. If you resist it, if you fight against it, it persists. So different teachers along the way, let's go to some little bit of twisting here. Different teachers along the way have had different ways to try and express different teachings about life and how to work with it, flow with it, move with it. So one of the ways that Lao Tzu used to express this was the idea of practicing doing nothing. Meaning, in this case, at least how I would give it to you in this context, is that if you're angry, don't act on your anger. Do nothing. Qigong is a great practice of doing nothing, but you can also sit on a stump and literally wait until your anger goes away. That would be a practice of doing nothing, which also would be a practice that the Buddha left us called meditation. You sit, you practice doing nothing, and at first the resistance might even become worse. You might sit on the log and be like, I'm so angry, I can barely sit here. But if you keep sitting there, the anger will pass. In the West, though, we tend to hang on to that anger and oftentimes go to work angry, go to sleep angry, etc., etc. We don't necessarily have a practice of a timeout, a lot of us anyway. So practicing Qigong, getting things moving, letting go of the resistance, restoring the flow, very important. Going to do this one just a little bit longer here. And then let it unwind. Hands come up to the side here like this, get to about the shoulders, and then turn it over and come down. It's like a modified waterfall here. Shoulders, slow. Backs of hands come up to the shoulders and press. Hands come out like a bird's wings a little bit and slow, press. From this position, bring your hands together. Press, come apart. Press, come apart. Not much resistance, just maybe a little bit. Press, come apart. One more time. Press, come apart. Now take your right hand, go down 45-degree angle-ish, low, left hand goes high like you're stretching bubble gum. Hands come back together, go the opposite direction. Left hand goes low, right hand goes high like you're stretching string or bubble gum or something, and press. Same again, stretch. Hold, breathe, press, a little, stretch. Pull it apart. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and press. Stretch. Other side. And press. And stretch. And one more time. Press. Stretch. Good. Hands come together. Press. And kind of wiggle hands back and forth a little bit. This is like our heart mudra position, but you're pressing hand to hand, and you're moving the hands, undulating the hands a little bit of a press, moving it side to side, side to side, side to side with maybe a little bit of a wave in there, and then hold. Find your breath, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose and or mouth. Again, find the inhalation, breathe it in. Inhale. Exhale. Waterfall, come down, come up. Exhale as you sink your weight. Bring up the sea of qi. Right hand lifts the energy from lower dantian, coming up to the head, and then sweeping and coming down the left arm. And then switching. Left hand coming up the center line, and sweeping and going down the right arm. When ready, right hand comes up, bringing up the sea of qi. Sea of qi, remember, is another name for lower dantian. Bring it up from the feet, up through the dantian, up to the head, down through the arm, press straight down through the fingers to the ground. A few more of these. Coming up, restoring flow is the theme for this month. And sweep. Here at the top, when you get up here to the head, if you desire, you can make a little half a circle or full circle here on your face and come down the other arm. So bringing up the sea of qi, one hand going up here, bringing the energy up through the center, coming up to the face, like you have a rag, go around your face once, and then go down the arm and send the energy to earth. Come up, lower dantian. Circle on the face once if you desire, and down, press to earth. Then bend down, lift up big. Inhale, waterfall, come down. Exhale. Go down real low, sweep like so. Inhale. Exhale. Press to the ground. Inhale, slow. Exhale. When you get down here into this press, interlock the hands. Come up, slow movement. Turn the hands up and over. Reach, stretch, hold up the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twist to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twist to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release the hands. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Hands interlocked or not, turn them over. Reach, press, hold. Exhale again. Interlock hands if you want to or not. Inhale. Turn hands up. Hold. Exhale the breath. Release fingers. Inhale. So again, if this one bothers your fingers or anything, you could just do it where your fingers are not intertwined. Reach up, stretch, hold, exhale. Finish the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, will you press down here? Press all the way up. And hold. 2, 3, 4, release. Interlock if you desire here, lifting up. Come up to about the throat, turn the hands over. Press down. Press both palms toward the computer screen. Continue pressing upward above your head. Hold 2, 3, 4. Release fingers. Exhale here if it feels right to do so. Inhale here, slow, drawing the chi from the basement, from the ground. Inhale. Circulate it back toward your backside. Exhale. Rotating the hands, pressing down. From here, if you desire, you can practice the breath if you want to. This is an inhalation here. You're inhaling all the way up to here. You're inhaling. If you want to do it with the breath. Then here you exhale. Here again, with the breath, you can inhale. Turn the hands over, exhale. Keep pressing forward, inhale. Hold the breath there at the top, 2, 3, 4. Release the breath. If you want to just practice breathless for a while, just do the movement. Otherwise, this is an inhalation. This is an exhalation. This becomes inhalation as I move the hands going upward, pressing forward and then pressing upward. I hold the breath here, 2, 3, 4. I release the breath. Couple more, inhale, exhale, or again, just practice the movement. Here, inhale. Hold breath. Exhale. Inhale. Could also do this in one movement where you exhale all the way to there. Inhale. Exhale. Well, probably the method that makes the most sense is inhale on this one here. For most of you, that'll be tricky enough. Hold the breath here, 2, 3, 4, and release. From this position here, those of you who know drawing the bow, you're going to pull with your right hand, push away with your left hand. Opening heart and lung meridian here, holding, looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From this position here, bring the hands up like hugging the tree. They come up like so. Different ways to do it, but this is one of them. From here, draw your bow and go the other direction. So at home, you'd be facing over this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands coming up like hugging the tree. I pull with my right hand. I push with my left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down with the hands. Up like hugging the tree. I pull. Left hand, push right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here into a waterfall when you're ready. Come up, inhale. And exhale. Nice, easy, slow everything down. When you're ready, inhale. I'm just going to do a tall standing waterfall, so to speak, for the moment. Not much bending over, mostly straight legs. Inhale on the up here and exhale on the down. From this position, I'll take my right palm, hold it up. This is like if I had a ball in my hand or something, right? The thumb right here. Brush my hair coming forward toward the screen, pull the water, and push the water toward the screen. With my other hand, in my case, left hand, I go left thumb, left ear. Once you understand that, don't need it anymore. You can skip it. Brush your hair coming forward, the thumb right towards your computer camera. Pull the water behind you as if in the swimming pool and press the water to the front. I'm going to go with my right hand, right thumb, right ear, or just comb the hair going forward. And push a little. When ready, switching to the other hand, my left thumb, left ear. Go past the ear though, brush the hair, move, slow, press to the front. A few more. My right hand goes. My left hand goes. Thumb to ear, brush the hair, come around. From this position now, my right hand goes down in front of me and it pushes off to my right side. So I push off to my right side. Just that movement first, from dantian to the right side. Dantian to the right side. Now in this exercise, the hand is going to come back. I'm going to brush my forehead like I have sweat on my brow. I'm going to comb my hair the other direction this time. And I'm going to come around like a karate chop, only a soft one. From that position, my hand will press down. From dantian, I go right hand goes to right side. Hand slowly comes back up. I'm going to brush my forehead and the top of my head, my crown. Come around, very light karate chop here. Press down. Sweep from dantian to my right hand. If it's my right hand, I go to my right hip. And then I come up. Right hand brushes my head. And I come around. Pseudo karate chop. Then with the left hand, I'm going to go down to dantian. Left hand presses to my left hip. Just that movement first, please. We press down to dantian. We push off toward the left side. We press down to dantian and we press off to the left side. One more time. Press down into dantian and we press off. Then this time the palm, back of palm, comes up to my forehead. I brush my head going backwards. The hand circles like a karate chop. I press straight down, slow movement. Left hand pushes to left side. It swings back. Palm, forehead, top of head, comes around, soft karate chop. Press down. Off to the left. Return up, palm, overhead, and circle around one last time. Press down. Off to the left side. Come back up, palm, back of palm, over, head, soft karate chop. Into a waterfall. Inhale. Exhale, slow. Right here now, modified waterfall, just up to the shoulders and press. Now, hands come up, wrists bend and press. Like you're, I don't know, lifting a bucket with strings. You see my wrists are bent, my elbows are down, and then press. Lift up, elbows bent, also wrists bent, and press. Lift from your wrists, the very top of your wrists. like they have strings on them. You're lifting 2 buckets and press. Lift, press. Inhale here slow. If you desire, exhale here slow. Inhale up into the kidneys. Exhale. Inhale up into the kidneys. Exhale. From that position, you're here. Hover your hands. So now feet and hands are both parallel to the floor, hugging the floor with your feet. Also imagining hugging with your hands to some degree. In other words, you're connected energetically. Inhale. From this position, slide your feet together, then slide 1 foot back so that you're on your imaginary surfboard. Your hands are still connected down toward the ground. This is one of our reeling silk movements we've done lately. So elbow is reaching first. Then I pivot waist, then hand goes. As the hand comes forward, I pivot waist moving forward. And I go back, drawing energy here. And here, quote unquote, sending some energy forward. Winding up, getting my energy here. Twisting, pivoting, sending energy forward 3 times. Here comes the 4th time. I exhale on this movement here. Inhale here. Exhale here. Feet come together. Slide the other foot back. Hands go out in some capacity to connect to the floor, the ground. From here, elbow goes. I pivot my waist in that direction. Gather energy, pivot the waist coming back. And press. Inhale here if you desire to work with the breath. A little, and a little bit of an exhalation here as you're coming forward. 2. Going to go back a 3rd time. Reach. Send energy. 3. Go back a 4th time. Exhale here. And 1 more. As that hand's coming forward, bring that same foot up. From that position, go back to your surfboard with the other leg back. For me, that's my right leg. Do you remember this one? We pivot the waist forward. It's a tiger claw coming through this way. So we went tiger claw like so. So we're pivoting from here, tiger claw. So from here, let's say we have this movement. Go to this movement here we just did. Reeling silk. Reeling silk. And then from this movement here, tiger claw. And then back to reeling silk. Send. As you're pivoted forward, tiger claw. Then go back to reeling silk. Turn the waist. Send the energy coming forward. As the waist is pivoted forward, tiger claw here. Now pivot the waist, elbow goes back. Send the energy coming forward. From this position here, like tearing through a screen. And then from here, the elbow comes around and goes back. Send. Ripping through something. And then from this position, the elbow, see that right arm continues rotating. It does 2 circles there. And then it comes around and press. Right foot comes up. Go back to left foot. On the other side, you're here. We'll put that together on this side now. So we have this reeling silk movement here. Press. While the pelvis is facing more forward, here's your tiger claw. From that position, just go around with the elbow again and go back. 2nd time, there it is, press. And while pivoted forward, tiger claw. Continue the rotation of that left arm. It just continues, keeps moving. And press, tiger claw. The arm keeps moving, goes back again. Exhale and tiger claw. From this position, bring the left foot up, reach out big, weight chi, inhale. Exhale. Come right up the center here. With or without breath, this would be an inhale if you want to do the breath. And if you need a break from the breathing, just reach, slow, move, stretch your auric field. Exhale here. You can either inhale or just simply move slowly, focusing on the auric field and the chi. Look one direction, look the other direction. Imagine you're sending and spreading out your energy into your field, growing it, making it bigger. And make sure this also comes from the ground. So when we come here, imagine pulling earth energy. You're pulling it up and through your roots, through your legs, up into your kidneys, up the kidney meridians, up the chakras, up the Tai Chi pole, and then spread it out. Big, magnificent energy field going out into the heavens and then coming back down into earth. Inhale here if you desire. All the way up, inhale if you can and desire, if you have enough breath left, and then exhale on the down. And again, sometimes it's good to just focus on the chi, don't worry about the breath. I'm going to do 2 more. There's 1. And 2. I'm going to come right back around from this one into a waterfall. Calm everything down, come back to our center. Moving the hands slowly. Don't worry about the breath. Just let the breath catch up with the speed of the hands. Let the hand movement and the hand speed slow everything down, including the breath, including the heart rate, slowing everything down. And 1 more. Good. Get 1 little sip of water while I change the angle of my camera here if you want to. I think that should do it. From this position here, go back on your surfboard, right side. And from here, just backhand. So we did low, right? But then we also have in circling hands, we have a high hand. So it comes 1. We're going to isolate just the right hand first. Back of palm to the earth. Fold at the elbow. Move forward with the hand as you pivot the waist. Sink the body weight a little as you press with the back of the hand. Imagine the hands dragging in the sand. Now, a lot of people will start to just reach out here. Don't do this. Instead, right here, fold at the elbow. Bring the hand up. That's where your power is. And then press as you pivot forward. And then sink and let the hand come. And here, let it pick up at the elbow. The elbow bends like you're doing a bicep curl. And then from here, press forward, push down, sink your weight. Pick up at the elbow and press forward. And then bring that right foot up, switch to your other side. With that left hand now, I'm going to come up from this upper position. I'm pressing forward. The back of palm sinks to the floor along with my weight. I'm going to fold at the elbow here. And now I'm going to press going forward. This way I stay in my center. I'm not reaching beyond my center. Press, pivot at the waist. The hand comes up to wave hello to you. And then it passes by your face. Presses down, earthing yourself, grounding, pivoting, raising the hand, folding at the elbow, and pressing forward. Bring the left foot up. Slide back one more time, right foot. We are on the other side. From here now, we have the tapping, right? If you understand the tapping shoulder to shoulder, then you're ready to move on. From there, both hands are moving. Similar speed, and try now and incorporate some of the principles that you understand with that back hand. Press, weight drops down, fold at the elbow. Try and incorporate that as you are practicing. Left hand coming up, right hand going down, pivot, and press. It may be a little too much to think about, so try not to think about it too much. Just every once in a while, ask yourself if you're folding from that elbow or if you're overreaching. All right, very good. Take just a mental break for a second, and we're going to come back to that one. I want to show you a couple of little details. Tap it out. Once you get a nice little dial in, nice little tapping going, feel a little blood rush. Go ahead and hold lower dantian and screw your feet in the floor for just a moment. Find your breath and breathe it in. Try and find 3 good breaths. All right, good. And stomp it out just a little. All right, let me show you a couple of details for those of you that are interested in those details. When your feet are together, slide back on your surfboard, same side we were on. We're going to go right side back. From this position, your hands are pressed down. We emphasize the back hand. So let's do the back hand once with circling hands. So we have pressed forward. We have pressed down. The hand moves back as I pivot my waist. I fold at the elbow. And my hand now moves at the same time my belly button is turning. So I press down, my belly button sinks. I start moving the hand toward my backside, my belly button moves toward my backside, I fold at the elbow, the hand comes up. Before I even move the hand, I start pivoting at the waist. All right, you get to here now in circling hands. From this position, the left hand starts coming up, the right hand starts pressing down. Now stay just like that for a moment. Right from that position, which at home, you know, you're more like this, right? So right from that position now, we're going to focus on the left hand. Wiggle your fingers of your left hand. Make sure you're looking at your left hand. The one that you see that's higher should be your left hand. From that position, before you even move the left hand, pivot from the belly button and start moving toward your back side. Let that move the hand and the torso, and now the hand presses ever so slightly toward your back side. And now with the left hand, the same thing we did with the right hand. Back of hand, press it toward the floor. Leave it right there. In this position here, your right hand would already be coming forward, right? So press forward with the right hand now. When right hand gets to here, on its way down, left hand comes up. Now put your focus on your left hand, the one that's in front of you, and pivot at your torso in order to move that hand. And now your left hand, just press down, instead of doing back of palm, press down front of palm, just press it down. As you're doing that, lift right palm up and wiggle your fingers. That's the one you should be looking at. And now watch that one as it travels past your face. Now right palm, palm down instead of back of palm down, press down. Left hand comes up to face you. Pivot at the waist. And palm down, press down with the left hand, palm up with the right hand. Pivot at the waist. Right hand moves forward. Press down right palm, come up left palm, and pivot at the waist. Press down with left palm. As you do, right palm comes up, and then pivot at the waist. Once you understand each one of those little movements, then you try and put them together so that it's a continuous flow. But this is very different than just circling your arms, because you're having to focus on belly button, and you're having to focus on twisting at the torso, and you're having to focus on grounding. So this is just a deeper understanding of this practice called circling hands. And this is a couple of other details for you to start to play with if you want to, wherever you're at with that. You can't do everything in a day, so just play with it a little bit. Good. And let's go to the other side now. So feet are together. Come to this position. All right. Take a deep breath. Turn your brain on. Catch with this little detail. So when I showed you the first time, I said press here. And I said press back of palm. This is an exercise unto itself. When we're doing circling palms, it's easier for you to go press forward and then just press straight down, palm down. So press forward and press palm down. I realize that that may confuse you, so I'm going to try and clear up the confusion. Press palm down. Circle the hand up and press palm down. Now, as you're pressing palm down this time, the other palm comes up to face you. From that position, wiggle your fingers of the higher hand, which for the right hand is my high hand. I'm now going to pivot at the waist. That hand presses palm down, the other palm comes up, and here we are, we're back in motion, if you understood the process so far. So, my left hand comes up. As my right hand goes down, I push toward front. As my left hand comes down, my right hand comes up to my face. I look at that hand, the one that's by my face, as like a meditation. I watch it go by my face. And then it goes out of view. The other hand comes up into my view, and I watch it go by. Once you understand that movement, then you can begin to try and flow with it a little bit more. And again, don't try and get it in a day. Little by little, adding a piece at a time. And then come to a waterfall. Good job. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, bring your feet together and slide back to your right side back, and you're on your surfboard. And in general, our reeling silk exercise where we reach with the elbow and we go here, that's likened onto throwing a softball. Do you understand? It says throwing a softball. And I've taught, some of you know, I've taught some pretty high-level golfers. I don't golf, but I've taught them, and I've got a couple of guys that have won major tournaments who credit my coaching to them, but I've never played golf, okay? Anyway, I've never played softball either, I don't think. I played baseball, but anyway, my point here is, what I'm teaching you, for those who want to catch the details, some Qigong teachers, for example, will say, if you do anything with too much power, it has nothing to do with Qigong. So you have some schools where literally, like, they're practicing so soft, it's like this. And they'll tell you this is the only way Qi power happens. Then you have other schools that are like, okay, throw a softball or swing a stick. Let me see what you can do with your Qi. Anyway, my teaching to you is somewhere in between. Let me try and explain it and give you a finishing exercise and understanding of what I'm trying to teach you. What I consider to be inner power. If you want to develop some musculature, some tendon, some Qi, some blood, all of that in between, then you have to have a little bit of tension in what you do, and you cannot just move from your arms. This is like circling hands, and I'm just moving from my arms. This is not going to develop your whole body and give you that kind of coil action that a softball player could use, that a golfer could use, that a martial arts person could use, etc. You want to have that inner power. So when you move, let's go back one last time with feet together. And when we go here to our surfboard, whether we're doing circling hands or we're doing reeling silk, if we do reeling silk, where I go with the elbow reaches, the arm does not go like this. There's no power in this. The elbow goes because this is the end of my power. I then coil all of that energy back into me because that's where the power is. Now, if I just take the arm and I go like this, there's no power. There's no internal power or external power. Just go here and then, like you're throwing a softball, just go ahead and try it. There's no power here. So there's no power in your Qigong. There's no power in your softball throw. That's how I'm going to teach you, okay? All right. And then that also means there's no power in your martial art. So the elbow goes, you coil the energy, and you see where the hand is? I move the hand by turning at the waist. And the hand comes along for the ride. Now my waist is turned. When I go to reach with my elbow, my power, my inner power doesn't come from going like this with my elbow and reaching with my arm. It comes because my dantian moves with my elbow. Dantian moves with my elbow. I circle the energy, and when the hand gets here, I move from dantian. And now I throw my softball or I do my reeling silk movement. Now when I go back with my elbow, it's elbow and dantian. And then I pivot at the waist. It's a pivot at the waist. It's a pivot. It's a pivot here, and it's a pivot here. So if I really want to throw a softball, I pivot, and I pivot because all the power is in my hips. It's not in my arm. It's in my hips. So we're doing this much slower version with Qigong, but the principle to me, it's the same. Elbow, draw. Good. Go here. Inhale. Oh. Exhale. Feet together one more time. Circling hands. Go back with your right leg. From this position, my right hand is here. In general, we're just going to swing the arm, okay? Swinging. Swinging. That's just the swinging of the arm. There's no power in this. And that's just your arm. That's a good start. But now what I said was, go here and start pressing your weight into the floor, and your hand goes, but your weight also goes. Now from that position, as you go to pivot your body, do not put your arm back over here. Instead, it only comes to here and then fold at your elbow. Now this is close to your body, pivot and push and press and pivot, raise at the elbow, and press. If we incorporate the other hand, when the right hand presses down, the left hand comes up. Now the left hand goes to travel, but I don't just move the left hand, I move at the waist. I don't just press the hand to the floor, I sink my weight. Then the other hand lifts. Then I don't just move the hand, I move at the waist. Then the hand, one hand presses, the other hand lifts up. And then I pivot from the waist to move both of my hands. All right? Let's go to the other side, left side back. And now just play with it for a minute or two. Don't worry about if you got it all right. Just think about some of those things and circle your hands, okay? Whatever you know. And if you're just beginning, just tap the shoulders until you understand the movement of following one hand after the other. Because it's a bunch of things to juggle. It's not just one thing. Good, and bring yourself back to the center. One waterfall, inhale. Exhale. Put your feet together. We're gonna go just a couple minutes over because we had to start late. So, and if you can stay, I wanna just show you a couple things. Otherwise, you can watch the recording if you gotta go. So, feet together, slide back with that right leg back and go to your surfboard. Coming back to the same idea and principle of reeling silk, any of these kinds of movements. If I'm doing martial art or baseball or golf, but let's show you martial art right now. This backhand in Kung Fu, in some schools, it would be called like a deadly palm, you know, and there's guys and gals who can like break concrete and all of that with their hand, including me, although I haven't done it in a while. All right, so from here, when you are using this back hand, I want you to understand something. Internal power or external power. There is no power if you just hold your hand out. So just hold your hand out. There's no power in that, guys. There might be power to send chi to someone. There might be. But I honestly would tell you that if your posture was better, your chi would be that much more powerful. Look at the difference. Do you see me standing like this? I'm sending energy to you. Watch what I do with my waist now and my weight. The moment I corkscrew my body into the floor, I'm telling you, the chi becomes that much more powerful coming out of that hand. So when it comes to your movement of, let's say we gather here, remember this one we did, gather, but now let's say we bring it here like we're holding a teacup. So we go elbow, we gather, but we lift the hand here like we're holding a teacup. And now we're going to take this hand and this arm and we're going to corkscrew it forward. And it's going to stop right here. We're going to do the same exact movement. I'm going to go back, reeling silk, elbow. I'm going to bring the palm up, but this time I bring it this way and I come up like I'm holding a cup of tea. And then I'm going to corkscrew and go like this. There is no power in this palm unless when we go here and we lift up the teacup, the moment I rotate and make this sporadic movement with my hand and my arm, my leg and my hip also have to spiral and my belly button has to face the same direction. Now there is chi power behind this. Now when I go back with my elbow, my belly button has to also go back. Then I lift, and right from here, belly button, I go, and then breath comes. I know it's tricky. There's several things to it, but you'll learn a lot if you take the time to understand it. And it feels really amazing when you put the pieces together. So you go 1 here, 2 here, let's say all the way to like this. 3 now, you have to pivot at the waist while you pivot the arm. You also have to exhale. So one more time, I go here, elbow. I stay my weight down, the hand lifts up. Right from this position, hand is going to corkscrew, arm is going to corkscrew, but I have to also turn from my waist. This position then becomes very powerful. That is how martial art technique gets its power. There's chi behind it when it's done correctly. Elbow, lift the teacup, and throw it. I go here to here, and I throw it. Here to here, and I throw it. And I throw it. One more time. All right, tap it out. That's your deadly palm. But the irony and the funny part is, there's nothing deadly about it, because that is exactly how I do my healing work. And the greatest power from the healing work when I do it comes because everything, body posture, hand, breath, everything coming same time. It's not this. I don't ever cheese somebody like this. Bad posture, hold my hand like this. Never going to happen. I feel weak right away. Everything has to be good posture. Then it's a different story. Inhale here. Exhale, sink your weight a little. Inhale, exhale, sink the weight a little. Inhale, exhale. Hold right there. Holding lower dantian. Inhale once. And again. And one more. Shake it out. Great job. All right. I'm glad those of you that made it on today made it on. Congratulations. We all made it through some kind of Zoom obstacle. I hope that doesn't happen again, although I'm not sure what happened, so maybe somebody can figure it out. All right. So anyway, practice. You have some new stuff. We are working with flow. Remember, with flow comes resistance. There's just resistance in life. There's challenges. And it's learning to flow through the resistance. One last thing I'll throw in, and I said it throughout class, and we worked on it the last couple months. It's called centering. Centering is about centering emotionally like a tree, like blowing in the wind, but being firm, rooted in the ground, but like bamboo, flexible on top, okay? And moving powerfully, but being rooted. These are things we're going to play with this month. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Recording will be up within the hour if everything goes well. All right, take care.
Thanks.
You guys are welcome.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.